Hello everyone, hi, welcome and thank you so much for being here. We're gonna do a collective and timeless reading, so whenever this reading finds its way to you is the right time, but keep in mind it is a general reading, so see which signs and symbols and messages resonate for you in your particular situation and hopefully help to bring you a little clarity to whatever you're wondering, concerned, confused about. It could broaden your perspective and show you something with fresh eyes. It could also narrow your focus, show you something you could be missing, maybe in the dark, maybe it was right there all along, but in the end, always trust yourself. That divine inner guidance is inside of you. And try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition. So your decisions are sound and based in love and for the highest, greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love. Let's begin. We're going to start with a message. It's like an affirmation. It's called the Affirmators. This one. I like the little bunny on the unicorn. So let's get a message for the collective to begin this reading. Something helpful. Bring a little wisdom into the situation, your energy. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels and energies of love have for the highest and the greatest good of all. One card, please, and thank you. Oh, self-love. I like this. I mean, there's two foxes here, but they're mirroring each other. So it could be balance between right brain, left brain, masculine, feminine. It could be you and somebody else, somebody that mirrors you really well. I'm getting a lot of twin energy with this. I'll show it to you. And they both have t-shirts on that say, "You're the best." And then the other one says, "No, you're the best." Ah, that's cute. So maybe even spending time with those people that really uplift you, that are, you know, a nice support. They've seen you in your ups, they've seen you in your downs, and they're just gonna be there for evs. It could be one person in particular that mirrors you really well, kind of just gets you. But I think with the self-love here, the message is going to bring it on back to you. Taking care of yourself, really looking at your energy, where you're putting your energy. If you feel depleted, if you need some time off, if you need to, you know, put a little fire in a situation and actually make some moves, have some self-reflection as well. I'm getting even processing. So maybe if you're in a sphere where there's maybe many different personalities, maybe you're doing a lot, you have a really busy schedule, or you're multitasking. If it's something like that, sometimes we need to process. We just need a little time to gather our thoughts, you know, revive and rejuvenate your energy, figure out something. So I'm kind of seeing a car, so maybe if you don't have much time to like relax, maybe it's just before you run into the grocery store, just spending an extra 5 minutes, you know, listen to a good song. Don't just run out the door on something. Give yourself a little pocket of time, if it can't be a nice long, you know, comfortable pocket. Let's see what the message actually says, though. It says, "I openly embrace a feeling of self-love, the PG kind. I love myself because I understand myself. I love myself as the most committed partner I will ever have. I show myself love any way that I can. And when I screw up, I remember to be sweet and gentle with myself. If not, I'm going to make myself sleep on the couch." Got that, self? It's like you're talking to yourself. But this is nice. So it's paying attention to your thoughts. It's paying attention to how you actually talk to yourself. Do you lift yourself up? Do you compliment yourself? Do you recognize all those things that you're amazeballs at? Sometimes it's just small little moments of gratitude. Being thankful that you know how to prepare an awesome breakfast, or that you know where to go to get the most perfect coffee made just right for you, even if you don't want to make your own coffee. There's always a way to redirect your thoughts. So if like lower vibrational thoughts do come in, just, we're human. Throughout a day, we think all kinds of different things. You know, we go through different emotions. We have different situations. So just have that forgiveness with yourself, allowance and grace. And, you know, if your thoughts feel like they're stressful, or, you know, you're getting wrapped up in overanalyzing something, or scenario land, something like that, or even if it's, no, this couldn't work out, or this couldn't work out, something like that, just, if you notice it, you can stop yourself, because we have free will. And then if you stop yourself, say, I noticed that thought, and then just redirect it. And the more you redirect those thoughts and start to really just replace them with thoughts that are positive, or in gratitude, or in love and forgiveness, the more your vibration will change into those positive like thoughts and vibrations. So the more you'll notice those kinds of opportunities and reflect those kind of beautiful people back that see that same beautiful side of you, all the beautiful facets of you. Okay, let's continue. Let's get an angel number. Clarity on self-love. Maybe you haven't done like a you day in a while, or something nice for you. I actually see like a certificate, or like maybe somebody gave you something as a gift. Oh, maybe it was a long time ago. Maybe this is going to remind you. I'm getting like somebody gave you a gift, or maybe they're going to, but I see like a massage, or maybe a day at a spa, or something like that. Maybe you forgot about it. Maybe you just got busy. So maybe like make that appointment. I mean, yeah, if it's a massage, totally go for that. Even if you don't have a gift certificate, go for it. Go get yourself a massage. Sometimes just like a 20-minute massage, a half an hour massage can totally change how you feel. Maybe your honey can give you a massage. Let me see. I see like a lot of appointments. So, I mean, that could be anything. Like your hair, get your hair done. You know, maybe just get a trim. Maybe do something really different. Get your nails done. Go to the barber. I kind of see a tattoo as well. Maybe some of you have been thinking about getting a tattoo for a long time. Maybe you get a tattoo, something that's really meaningful for you. I like keep seeing the bathtub too, so maybe some of you just are taking a really awesome bath, candles, maybe some music, maybe complete silence. But I actually see like salt, like a salt bath. I mean, maybe you're doing something super awesome, like going to a sensory deprivation tank. Hey, that could be really fun if you have one of those near you wherever you live. It's like you're floating in outer space. It is pretty cool. Whatever I just said is definitely for someone, because I just had the big goosies. the big goosies go down my arm and down my leg. So if some of you have been thinking about maybe going in a sensory deprivation tank, and it's accessible to you, totally do it. That's awesome. Maybe that's also a gift you could get somebody else. It totally not only feels amazing, but it totally like takes toxins out of your body. And if you don't know what that is, maybe I'm just a little catalyst, and you could do some research on what that is. Look it up, see if it interests you. I think they have like salt caves now too, or salt rooms. Maybe even in a spa, but maybe there's a salt room you could go to. Let's get an angel number for the collective, please and thank you. 333. You have support. I feel like with this self-love, it starts by you supporting yourself, giving some time and attention and energy and love back to you. But this is growth and creativity, joy, community, vision, and talents. You do have some talent in something. I feel like some of you are like, so there. I feel like there's probably a lot of you that have something you're really talented at that you're just not doing. It's probably something you really love. Maybe you did it as a kid. But I also feel like some of you are probably really talented at something that you like don't know about yet. So start there. If there's something that's kind of an interest, or it could be random. If somebody invites you to something and it's like a painting party or like a game night, you know, you could be talented at a certain sport. Maybe it's something really weird. Yeah, I see like, what are those sports outside? They're like obstacle courses or something like that. But there's like a team and you hide. I don't know what I'm thinking about, but something like that. Or it's kind of like a team thing. Like there might be something you just never tried and it kind of sounds like fun. Or maybe you don't realize it's really as fun as it's going to be until you go there and you're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I had so much fun. I'm just getting that fun energy is what's important. And then for some of you, it is something that brought you a lot of joy in the past and you just kind of put it away, whether it's a time thing, a schedule thing, or just chapters of your life went by and it just got easier to, you know, not do it anymore, whether that's an instrument or an actual talent. I actually see like calligraphy, like really beautiful script. Maybe some of you have beautiful handwriting. I feel like if that's you, you could, I don't know, I actually see something on a t-shirt. Maybe you can do quotes or something like that. Maybe you thought because you weren't really an artist, you know, with painting, or you couldn't draw faces or something like that, that your particular talent wasn't useful. I see t-shirts now. So seeing the angel number 333 is a sign that it's time to focus inward. Wow. Okay, so that's coming through again. Work on your skills, discover your talents. There we go. And use your imagination. Unleash your inner artist. Doing so will boost your self-esteem and sense of competence. It does wonders for your sense of purpose and contributes to your community. So this isn't just something creative. It's something that is going to inspire others. Probably locally around you first, maybe people around you in your home, your family, then maybe your friends, then maybe something on social media that you do. And then who knows how far that can expand. But I kind of see like a child's drawing, but I don't necessarily think it's a child's drawing. So maybe you're even doing something like that, like little doodles. I'm getting hodgepodge. So it's just you, your own form of expression of whatever it is. I feel like you're going to start to feel really good about it. You kind of want to share it. I feel like others are going to support this dream or talent that you have. But you're also going to inspire others to kind of discover something about themselves. All right, let's go to what? Let's go to this one. This is the energy oracle. Clarity on self-love, support, growth, creativity, joy, community. With that community and whatever I saw before, that with that fun game thing, I definitely feel like some of you are doing something with others. Some kind of something on a team or like a tournament. Something like that. Maybe you're getting back to the gym or doing like a like I'm even getting like a person running outside by themselves. So maybe you're training for something. Maybe you're training for like a marathon or walking in something that's sort of a charity for something. For the collective on 333, support and self-love. Please and thank you. What's this? Door to personal healing and happiness. Wow, this is really nice, guys. You're like literally stepping through this doorway that's taking to, it looks like I'm getting like the secret garden, but it looks like some magical land. There's the dove here, the rainbow. So it looks like, you know, the rainbow comes after the rain, after the storm, but the rain is important for growth. These beautiful doorway. It looks like a, like, you know, it reminds me of like a hobbit house. You know, how there's like the round doorway. So maybe you have a round door, or that's meaningful to you for something. There's also the lily pond behind the door. So something that can actually grow from the muck and the mud and blossoms when the sun comes out. But it looks like wherever you are was still kind of beautiful. So I think it starts by recognizing how beautiful you are, how beautiful what you have and your surroundings are, what you have to work with, the blessings you have right now, how far you've come. Door to personal healing and happiness. You have a lot of this. It's saying to take care of yourself. Maybe that lull has been a long time. Sometimes it takes a very long time to heal from something, whether that be a loss in a past dream, and something that, you know, you thought would be a big goal that you would have, or a relationship or a job, anything, any kind of loss can be really hard, and you can't force how long it's going to take you to process or heal from something. But it looks like in something you've come a long way. I hear you've done the work. Maybe you already done a lot of work on yourself. You need to, you know, tell yourself, like, good job, self. You did a great job. You're doing really well. You're on your way. Even if it's like that 2 steps forward, 1 step back. There are ups and downs to life. That's just how life is. But I think you're definitely on a nice upswing here. So let's go to, I kind of want to do something really simple. Let's do an angel answers. Let's just get one simple message for the collective on self-love. 333. You could also see the number 333 a lot, but that also brings you to a 9, which means you're almost like complete with something. 9 is a powerful number. And then this one's 34, so that's a spiritual path. 7. One card. The collective. Answer to maybe something you were wondering about in particular. And it says be assertive. So you need to put some energy into a certain project. Getting creative again. Going back to something that you were talented at and stop doing. Be assertive with yourself. If there's some changes you need to make those adjustments. Step back into your power. This angel is holding, I thought it was a key. It kind of looks like it could be a key, but it does look like a big golden mask. So maybe your true self is finally coming out. I mean, you do have this, let's say, growth. Where did I see that? Imagination, boosts your self-esteem, does wonders for your sense of purpose. And then you have this golden mask that you're just holding. It also makes me think of the rising sign when I see the mask. So maybe your rising sign is important. And here, your heart is wide open. Your heart's open, and your mind is actually around like this particular shape. This doorway is like a Vesica Pisces. So that makes me think of, you know, it's kind of like the birth canal, or, you know, something being born. So there is some beautiful idea that's coming from your higher self that feels divine, that you're ready to birth, that you're ready to move towards, to put energy into. There's also an exclamation point after this. So if you were holding yourself back, if you were telling yourself you couldn't do something, maybe something's not, you know, you don't know if it'll work out, you don't know if you're good enough, it's like, be assertive. I feel like you have to turn those thoughts around and step back into your confidence, because you can do something. You are good enough. You are actually perfect for something, or maybe someone. It's be assertive, but I must say, I'm not getting that you should be pushy. Because if you're holding your own power and holding your own confidence, there's no need to push anything. Because part of that energy with holding that confidence is knowing when to move forward, because you recognize the right situations where it's reciprocal. And it's also standing in your power and your creativity, your energy, so that other things are actually going to work their way towards you. It has to be a balance. So let's go to the tarot. I have this one, the Sacred Rose. Let's get a couple of tarot cards, see what kind of energy is coming through for the collective. Be assertive, self-love, support, and stepping into that doorway of personal healing and happiness. I just heard that song, Get Happy. Is that Pharrell? I'll put that song below. I think that's the first song to come through today. Except now I'm looking at the Foxys and I just heard Foxy Lady. So I guess we have two songs to put below you guys. That just makes me think of Wayne's World. Lady. Jimi Hendrix. Nice. Nice. Jimi Hendrix just came through. I totally have this crazy ass like thing on now. I think maybe this is something maybe Jimi would have appreciated and or worn. Maybe not. I don't know. I have a lot of sparkly stuff. If you guys are ever wondering why I have so much sparkle, it's because I do sing jazz. I like to have some fun stuff. And I also I have that childlike sense that I had when I was a little girl. It never went away. That I like to have like fun, crazy outfits that I wear and just change them up. And that's just me. So maybe some of you are like really expressing yourself. Why I just thought of this. I did just think of something. I took jazz and ballet when I was a little girl, and I got this jazz. Oh my gosh. I don't know, when personal stories come through, sometimes they're a really big surprise to me because I haven't thought about them in a long time. But I do feel like there's something important when it comes through that you're either going to connect to, or it's going to kind of take you in your own little journey of maybe something that happened to you when you were a kid, or something going on now that, will give you a little wisdom or a burst of inspiration or something. But I had this, it was a green like this, sparkly, like little you know, leotard thing, and it had a tutu for the when we did our ballet routine, and then you take off the tutu and it had fringe like this for the jazz part, and I just wore that thing around the house all the time. And you know, even though it was bought for only that one show, I definitely got use out of it. So maybe some of you even have like a kid that likes to get dressed up, maybe puts on little shows around the house. That's so cute. That's so cute if that happens to you. I'm like getting you like filming something. So maybe you're filming these special moments, or maybe you have something like that, like on the old VHS tape, or, you know, somewhere in like a memory drive or something like that of something that you did as a kid. It does not have to be running around the house in your jazz outfit. It could be you like in a baseball game, or you winning the spelling bee, or you like getting ready for prom. All right, that just gave me the chills. So maybe it's something like that. Maybe we're just, it's like today is important to tap into some memories. Maybe you're connecting to somebody from a long time ago, maybe somebody you went to the prom with. Or maybe some of your kids are like that age. Maybe they're going to a dance or something like that. How cute. Maybe they're going to have their own little style. I actually see like a little boy now with maybe like, I don't know, don't they make like custom suits that have like patterns, like dinosaurs and bananas or something like that? Like, don't they have something like that for like boys and men? I know, I thought of Boyz II Men. I'll find an awesome Boyz II Men song and put that down there too. Why not? It's the one with the end of the road. The end of the road, 'cause I can't, whatever that, I can't think of the name of the song. Maybe it's impossible. You belong to me. I belong to you. I cannot think of the name of that song. I'm gonna put it below. Got interesting songs coming through today. All right, let's go to the tarot. I think you guys that have watched these readings for a little while know like a lot of the the intermission random messages that come through a lot when I'm doing the shuffling. So let's see. Let's go to the tarot. Clarity on self-love. Be assertive. 333 and door 2. Personal healing and happiness. I heard loud and clear costume designer as well. So even if you're designing a costume or a Halloween costume or something, maybe you design like wedding gowns or something like that, whether you're professional or it's just something you're kind of creative with, or you're just, I heard costume designer. Like it was, that one was loud. So that's for somebody else. Maybe you made clothes when you were a kid and you haven't sewed in a long time. That, you know, your sewing machine's in the back room getting all dusty. Maybe you need to pull that baby out. Cool. All right. Clarity for the collective, please and thank you. Start with one card. Oh, we have the Hierophant. That's some divine energy coming through. It looks like it's holding the same thing as here. That's really interesting. You see this? This scepter and this, like, I mean, it's kind of a mask. It makes me think of masquerade. It was kind of interesting. I said masquerade and I went to like the Madonna, but I actually, the song I actually heard was Isla, Bonita. So I'm going to put that song below. Maybe you live on an island. But the Hierophant traditionally is joining or being involved in a group, something in a church. It could be a marriage, a union. you and a group of people that do something special together, a school or a university, like institution. But it's something where there are rules in place. So there's, you know, so everything runs smoothly. It could be a place where there's actually, I'm getting like a uniform or something like that. Maybe some of your kids can't wear fun stuff because they have to go to a school where there's a uniform. So maybe some of you are actually sewing something for like a special occasion. It was really random to see with this one, but it could be the energy of a marriage. Maybe something is coming into a higher union, or somebody's thinking about that with you. The Hierophant is usually a Taurus energy. I keep seeing that thing though. I'm not sure what that means. It makes me think of almost like a walking stick if some of you walk. It almost makes me think of an oar if some of you do something like kayak. It also makes me think of, I actually think of laundry, and I don't know why. I think this looks like, you know, those weird, or like a garden, you know, when you have the markings in the garden. But this, you know, the old laundry things that are outside, sometimes they're round that you can hang the laundry on. So maybe you're doing your laundry right now, or you're like building a fence or something outside, or you're thinking of doing something like home repair or something in your yard, putting a fence up for your kids or your dog, something like that. I'm getting really random messages with these cards today for you guys. So there's also a big star behind this Hierophant, so there is a healing energy. Upside down, I see this as not committing to something and or needing to rewrite those rules because they aren't working. If things are changing, if you're changing, if the way you're seeing a situation or a particular relationship you had is changing, or you're entering into a brand new relationship, the rules are not going to be the same. It's not the same person. So you need to readjust. But you've learned from everything that you went through to know, you know, how to navigate a new situation best. It could be if you entered a new job, there's totally different rules than at your last job. So you kind of have to have that little adjustment period where, you know, maybe it's not the way you want to do it because you always did it a different way for the last 30 years at your other place, but maybe that doesn't work for a new place. It could be, I'm getting like transition from a place that this could go either way, was maybe like a mom and pop, like very like, you know, the books are written by hand, to something super modern and like technologically awesome. And or it could be the other way. Maybe you were really good with technology and everything was smooth, and you go to another place and it's like just kind of like a mom and pop situation. So maybe there's something to bring to each of those situations to the table, but it could be that you have to still be flexible if something is kind of set. Have some time. You know, if you're trying to change some rules around, it doesn't always happen right away. So let's get clarity on this Hierophant. Clarity on the Hierophant. 5 major arcana, so that does mean something is changing. You could also, I mean, sometimes when I see the Hierophant as well, it's when you're getting those spiritual messages from the divine. Maybe you are doing something like, could be like a Bible study or something like that. Maybe you're, you know, studying with others, or this could be you going to church and really getting, you know, some beautiful spiritual messages. But it's taking all those messages, whether it's just, you know, you and your higher self and you and your commitment to God, or in a group setting, and using those messages, not just hearing it and writing it down and studying it. It's actually living those lessons, living with that love that you're learning about. So you're taking down that spiritual energy and actually being assertive and putting it into not only your door of personal healing and happiness, self-love and love at everything that you do and where you place all your love, but you're actually making it function in reality. That's pretty cool. Clarity on the Hierophant, please and thank you. A little more about this Hierophant for the collective. Eight of Cups. All right, so it could be that you are rewriting the rules, because the Eight of Cups comes through, and usually it is a little bit weird because you have to leave something behind, or this could be somebody else. It's a situation or a person or a relationship, but you put a lot of love into it. Your heart was in there. And it's usually when something's it's not growing anymore, it's not right anymore, it's not progressing, it's not building. There's something that changes. So when the Eight of Cups comes through, it's you or someone else needing to, or just knowing you have to, go a different direction. And it's usually walking towards a totally different path that is away from all of those cups. And that can be weird to let something go. But when you start on that journey, you're heading towards your Nine of Cups. You're heading towards something that's going to just like overflow you with love. So here, this person has crazy hair. It does look like there's almost like it looks like a street lamp, like a really old fancy street lamp, or like those lamps at the end of a driveway, and also like a crystal ball. So maybe you actually had a idea, like you foresaw that something was like gonna happen, or you had to do something, or maybe it's that you had like a really good idea, or it could be that it's kind of empty. You know there's a direction, but you don't know what's gonna happen yet until you actually start to walk in a different direction. But you have to leave something behind, or somebody else's. Well, it could be a partnership, it can be a space, a home, a job. It's something. But I'll just give this example because I really like it for the Eight of Cups. It's not something that you always have to leave forever. It's not forever. It's still whatever you had it's kind of still there. It's not just gone. It's just you're going to go a different direction. And when you possibly or don't return to that situation, you're different. So how you see that past situation is going to be different. It's not going to be like it was. It's like the easiest way is a kid going off to college. You're leaving your old room behind, your old posters on the wall, your Wayne's World poster that's there, and your clothes. You're going to take some stuff with you and go off to college. But what if you discover a whole new you when you're at college? You have whole new experiences. You're going to go home and still love that room and still see your stuff from when you were a kid. But you're not going to want to play with your teddy bears the same way, you know, and maybe you don't even bring back the same clothes anymore. Maybe you have a totally different style, or maybe you go back and it's really comfortable, but you've still somehow changed. So if that's a relationship, that could be a relationship you actually leave. Maybe that person or that situation's still going to be there, but when you go down different roads and you go down this new road towards a Nine of Cups, when you come back, the dynamics changed. It's different. If this is upside down, it's you knowing you have to go down a new road, knowing something's not building up anymore. It looks like you have all of your eggs in this, or this, what are they? They almost look like pentacles, but they are cups in this one basket. So maybe you need to just let something go, or take something pentacle, or I keep wanting to say pentacles with these. Cup by cup away and do something one at a time. Sometimes you don't have to leave it all at once. Sometimes you just have to kind of bird by bird, you know, handle one emotional situation at a time. Let's see. Clarity on the Eight of Cups and the Hierophant, please, and thank you. Oh, yeah, nice. You have the Wheel of Fortune. That's an awesome energy. You have really big, like, major arcana here. The only little situation is this Eight of Cups. You know, having to leave something behind, or you already did that. Feeling a little weird because you're walking down a new path. It could be a self-discovery path. Maybe you have to rewrite your own rules. Maybe you have to enter new relationships or be in new situations with people that kind of match your energy. Like this. Maybe not matchy-matchy. They don't have to wear the exact same outfit. Oh, that's that uniform thing again. I didn't even think about that before. So maybe a uniform is important since there are two, like, twin foxes wearing the exact same, almost uniforms. There was a little difference. Because one says, you're the best. And it says, no, you are. The Wheel of Fortune is huge. That's awesome. That means that your wheel's going to spin. You're going to get out of the lull. You're going to get off the plateau. You're going to, you know, really start to make headway down this new road. This wheel is going to start to spin. Maybe something was kind of stuck in the mud. Sometimes when the wheel's spinning, it's going way too fast too. So if that's the case, something was like, you almost couldn't catch up. It's going to like, something's going to come back into balance. The Wheel of Fortune is usually some kind of lucky energy that comes through. Something's changing. But you always have to remember that everything is always going to change. That's sort of the only thing that stays consistent. So it is, you know, there are times when you're going to be like, kind of feel like you're trapped under that wheel, like just squishing you. And then there's other times when you're going to be at the top of your game, man. Like you feel great. Day is amazeballs. Everything's going right. Doors are opening. You're happy and skipping and delightful and people are happy, and then other days just are like, you're kind of just hanging on. So always find your center no matter what's going on, which is here. Because wherever you are on this site, you're going to feel it a lot more if you're here. But if you're really finding your center, having some real self-discovery and clarity on what's good for you, what you love to do, who you really are, how you like to express yourself, the things you're amazing at, the things that bring you joy, then you're going to still always be here. No one's going to like ruffle your feathers. There's this here. I don't know what these big eyeballs are. I kind of feel like that's you actually observing your situation, because this kind of looks like the same thing. Look at this. This looks like this garden that's in the inside, and this looks kind of like this garden here. So maybe your perception on what's happening now, what your destiny is, your perception on things that you're looking at that you went through in the past is changing. Maybe you're seeing how even crappy situations brought you on a different path. They brought you a lot of knowledge on who you are, what you like, what you don't, what you'll take, what you won't. Maybe you're observing a situation around you. I just see, you know, maybe it looks kind of chaotic here. Like maybe other people are having maybe there's a lot of, I'm getting like, not necessarily like drama, but maybe like a lot of different situations or personalities, or maybe people around you aren't exactly going through the same thing. Somebody you know is kind of going through something. Somebody else you know is like doing amazing, like they're getting married, everything's going well. Somebody else you haven't heard from in a long time. I'm kind of getting that. You're kind of observing outside situations as well. But I do feel like, look how big you are. You're getting a bigger perspective on the whole shebang. Wheel of Fortune. Let's go to a different tarot deck. 10, you have 5, 10. Let me see what's at the bottom. Oh, you have another 8. So you have 2 8s. So this could be that feeling stuck energy. It could be someone else too. But this is when, you know, you really could be getting in your own way. It could actually be a situation that you just couldn't get out of. Sometimes we're just stuck in a situation until the time changes, or, you know, that door opens. You just have to kind of ride that wave. Here you're not stuck. She's a little bit blind, but the winds of change are coming. And I feel like this is like a pearl of wisdom. All of these swords are face down. They're now grounded. And this is amazing. I like this because you now have figured out that you don't have to stay stuck in a cage in this situation. you're actually being assertive and you're choosing to take at least one of these situations that you know is beneficial for you, and you're pulling it out, and you're going to take it with you and or use it as the tool that you need to get out of a situation. So you could be cutting some strings. You've definitely gained your power back, because usually this person is just sitting there blindfolded, hands tied behind your back, and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. I'm just stuck here. And they just don't move. So sometimes you do have to wait, and it's a waiting game. But eventually, because an 8 is a powerful manifestation number, you do have to look around you and see how you can change a situation, how you can, squeeze through a different direction, go through a side door, maybe just do something a little bit at a time. But she is taking the sword, so you're having some self-clarity. You could be thinking about a conversation that's going to come through, or maybe a really important conversation happens. I hear knock some sense into you. So maybe you didn't realize that you had more power than you do. Or that's you knocking some sense into someone else. Like, hey, you just take that situation over there, and, I'll help you over here and make a move and come over here and do this, and you're good. So maybe you or someone else just couldn't see that there was a way out, or how to leave something behind if it was also emotional. But this is this could be really in your head too. It's not really the 9 of Swords. It's like in your head that affects your surroundings and where you are. So you actually don't make physical moves. And you feel really stuck. So now let's go to the other tarot. But we do have 2 8s. And the Hierophant and the Wheel of Fortune. I'm going to show you this because I picked it up. I can't find the Wheel of Fortune. Where'd it go? Hierophant. Oh, here. I picked this up and this fell at the bottom, so I won't focus too much on it, but if it came up and I see it, I like to at least show it. And it is the Fool. So it is a brand new journey. Taking a leap of faith, trusting yourself, trusting a new path, knowing that you're going to have some big self-discovery, and you're going to discover brand new things. You don't know what you don't know. And whatever you forgot, whatever you have to learn along the way, you're going to figure out. And this is having a really good time when you're doing it. So you could be literally closing a big chapter and ready to start something new. New chapter. I'm getting like newness. But I still want to go to a different tarot. So let me see. Let's do I have the other one? Yeah, I have the Wizards. Let's do the Wizards Tarot. Clarify the 8 of Swords and the 8 of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune, the Hierophant, and the Fool. Clarity for the collective. Please. And thank you. Shuffle these. All right, one card to clarify this reading for the collective. Oh no, that's a 5 of Swords. That one's weird. So the 5 of Swords is, maybe that's a situation that you're leaving. Maybe that's a way of doing something that you did it in the past. But the 5 of Swords is like somebody who just is a sore loser or a bad winner. They don't really care about how they win. They just want to win. They just want to be right. This is a really different take on this though. There's a guy here. He actually looks pretty good looking. He's got some lush long hair, a fancy, like, look at his fancy, like, it looks like a velvet coat. And he's holding 1, 2, 3 swords. And then there's this beautiful girl here laying down with her gorgeous gown, but she has a sword. Then there's this guy tied up. Maybe that has to do with the, you know, this Eight of Swords energy. So if this is not you, it could be somebody else, or that's where you were. But that person has a sword too. And that person's hands are not tied up. So there is an out. So if this is coming through, it's having awareness of this situation. I mean, this guy looks like, this one looks like he's actually helpful. He's actually like tapping his hat. Does this person have anything? What is back here? I don't know what that is. It looks like a tiny little dragon. I don't know if that's what it is. It could be a knot, but for some reason I'm thinking that it's some kind of little helpful elemental or something. So in this situation, I mean, typically it's just leaving a situation where somebody's just always the winner or always not. Sometimes you just have to recognize if that's a personality, it's not going to change them, and just take yourself out of that situation if it doesn't suit you, if you're not like wanting to like battle it out. But sometimes when the Five of Swords comes through, it can be like a mental battle. So it doesn't always have to be where somebody is the bad or sore loser. I feel like the other way around, it's actually a situation that keeps you sharp. It keeps you on your toes. Now I kind of see that obstacle course or something again. Or what is that? Or like, where's one of those like figure it out rooms? What's that? Where it's like difficult. You know, maybe everybody, you know, you're on a team, everyone wants to win. But what is that? I don't know. And if you know what I'm talking about, it's like one of those mystery rooms or a figure it out room, and you have to do all the different puzzles. That's kind of what I'm getting. So maybe this situation that you were in really got your mind sharp on how you need to get out of a situation, why you need to get out of a situation, why you need to jump on this amazing lucky wheel when it's coming in, rewrite the rules for yourself. Take yourself on a journey where it's going to bring you this healing and happiness and not make you feel like you're in this stuck energy. Really bring this attention back to you. I mean, you could be any of these people. You could be the one, these are going to be different scenarios too. You can be in this scenario here where you're tied up and you had a way out, but you just didn't ask somebody for help or didn't do it on your own. You could be this person who has all these swords and you're looking at something, you know, your perspective is looking at something over there and not at who you should help back there, or you're ignoring who you should help. Or there's a delay on helping someone so they can figure it out on their own. These particular cards in this deck don't give me the typical meaning. So I will say that. I get totally different messages because they're very unusual pictures. So I am kind of getting there could be a tough love situation. You know, this guy doesn't look like he's really trying to do anything wrong. So he might be really, really smart here. Maybe she already helped herself or she's just chilling. She's like, I need a rest. That was a long game. But I feel like there might be a tough love. Like this person should figure out the situation on their own. And if they can't, there's help here. So maybe these people will come back around and help someone out if they can't really figure it out on their own. We're going to get clarity. I thought I was going to pull one more card, but that took me to a different place. So I'm not sure exactly what I said with those messages that came out, but I don't feel like it's the typical Five of Swords meaning. So let's get one more card, clarity on just this Five of Swords. Something's going to change. Maybe you're just switching up the game. Maybe somebody was playing like mental gymnastics with you. I just kind of got that. So maybe you're just not going to tumble with that situation. I got some gymnastics energy. Maybe you're gonna I don't know. I mean, gymnasts make me think of really, really strong energy. So maybe something came through, kind of like Maybe it was a little rough and sharp and different and situation going on in your mind or in conversations or clarity or whatever, or dealings with certain hard personalities. But think of those gymnasts, like whatever it is made you really clear on something. One more card for the collective, please, and thank you. Oh yeah, you have the High Priestess. Amazing. You're really tapping into your higher self. Maybe just past situations that you went through. Someone playing some mind games with you, or maybe playing some awesome games with you that like kept you mentally sharp. Maybe had really amazing conversations. They just kept you guessing. You know, you developed, could have been a tough love situation. It could have been somebody really, really selfish too, that you won't deal with again. And the High Priestess is coming in to say, really, really trust yourself. Really tap into your higher intuition. You are, oh wow, you have 2. This is cool. It's like the divine masculine and feminine energies here. You got the High Priestess and the Hierophant. So not only are you taking lessons, working with others, grounding them in reality, you're tapping into your own connection to Source, to God, your higher self, whatever you have faith in, the universe. And these lessons that come through the High Priestess are not ABCD. They are not typical rules. They come through as they should, when you're meant to learn them, when you're meant to learn that lesson. The High Priestess is really independent and spiritual. She's really hard to understand or explain. So you could just have a knowing about something. She's so beautiful and sexy too. This High Priestess got it going on. You have these pillars behind you, but they're not even holding up any particular structure. You look like they should have a planter or something up there, or a building should be on them, but they don't have anything. It's just an open gateway into the universe. Possibly a platform you could build something really solid on, but I think it's more like that open ceiling thing, that anything is possible. This is you having a huge growth spurt spiritually. You have so much energy in your aura and around you. Not only do you have this enlightenment around your head, you are almost creating electricity. I mean, just imagine if you can't see that electricity, but it's there, kind of like electricity, unless it's like a lightning rod or, you know, a lightning, when you can see it. But we're electrical beings. We're energetic beings. So picture this person, male or female, it does not matter, walking into a room. Everyone's going to feel that energy. I feel like it's healing, and it's probably uplifting to everyone that not only is in her sphere, his or her, but even in like thinks about this person. She has an open chest, so she's, you know, her heart is open. There's no mask. I feel like you're learning a lot of really deep lessons. Sometimes this, though, just so I will mention it, is the High Priestess can mean that you do need to sometimes keep something to yourself. She knows who she can talk to and who is going to get that spiritual lesson or that blessing that she has to offer, and who is just not going to get it. So sometimes it's telling you, if you have a big plan or you have something or something you learned, you'll know where to open up and where to hold it back. And sometimes this is just so internal. It's like a you know, you could have somebody else that's in the same spiritual frequency and understands everything, but sometimes it's really hard to explain that. So there might be a lot of things that you're really processing on what's going on. You're seeing synchronicities, you're seeing numbers, your energy's feeling different. Why don't you want to be in the same partnership? Why don't you want to be in those friendships? Why don't you want to do the same things you used to? A lot of things that change when when we have this Wheel of Fortune and our path gets more spiritual. It's always easy to get back into the 3D world because that's what we're here to do. And, go back and forth and kind of forget about it and go into our day-to-day activities. But if this keeps coming up, it probably means that the way you're seeing those activities is changing. The way you're seeing yourself is changing. This could be somebody who has really, really deep, wise advice, unless she's upside down, which I would say I don't really like her because she's usually using her spirituality not to help, not for the true purpose to uplift everyone else, but for selfish means. And it's not going to tap into the right kind of energy then. So the advice that would come through wouldn't be of the highest, greatest good of all. Because it's coming from a lower vibration of ego, even if it's wise and spiritual, esoteric, the occult, the hidden realm. You can have a lot of knowledge on that, but not use it for the right purposes. So I think that her upright is just beaming a spiritual light on this entire reading. I think it's beautiful. I think it's an elevation in whatever's going on with your energy, but it could be like a self, just like a transformation, an in-between time. And it doesn't mean that this is going to, be this big, huge thing. Sometimes we have many of these kind of situations that come and then we go back into our normal world for a while. And then something else happens and we heal. And then something else happens and we elevate. It's always going to be all kinds of cycles. That's kind of like how the High Priestess is. She's sort of all over the place. She's real. So I do want to kind of sum this up. Oh, these readings are so long. I hope you enjoy these readings, even when they go a little bit long. I do feel like sometimes there's I hope they're helpful. Sometimes it's just like a little thing, a little nugget of something that is personal for you, that's all you needed to hear. And sometimes it's a bigger situation, and sometimes it doesn't make sense, but something kind of happens in your life later, and then you remember something, and then it takes you on your own little journey of self-discovery on why something could be important here, even if it doesn't make sense now. And it might not make sense at all. And in which case, thank you for being here and watching this. And maybe it's just not your reading, but I feel blessed that you're here with us and with me. Thank you. Let's do one more card, unless I don't actually have it. No, I do. I like this power deck. I'm just going to read whatever message comes out. And get some clarity for this whole reading for you guys. One card for the collective. Please and thank you. Wow, I don't know where that came from, but I just heard a Debbie Gibson song out of the blue. Out of the blue, that came through. Wow. So, hey Debbie, thanks for joining us with the collective at the end of this reading. Wow, that's such an old song. I don't know where that came from. I haven't heard that song in forever. I'm gonna totally watch. I'm gonna find the video. I'll put it below. I'm gonna totally listen to that song after this. Okay. Let's get one card for the collective to sum up this reading. Please and thank you. Illumination. It reminds me of, I have so many cards here, hold on. It reminds me a little of this. They both look like the doorway. This is the arch, and even this one is kind of an arch, but it's in the shape of a Buddha, or the shape of you, the self. Is that an eagle? There's a bald eagle. Maybe you really connect to eagles, or you get to see an eagle. Oh, they're so amazing to see. And this is an orchid. I'm not that good with flowers. If you can see what this is, I know my camera is not the best. Maybe one day I'll get a better camera for you guys. It's a really beautiful flower. It looks like those flowers that sing in Alice in Wonderland. And then there's a world. It's like the world's in your hand. You're like in this moment of Zen. In everything, in the absence of everything, in the now. Like timeless, everything happening all at once and not at all. Flying like an eagle. Is it a seal song? Does he have a song that's about an eagle? If he does, I'll find it. As dark. Oh, damn readers. Well, my reader's on for you guys. All right. Last card. And then we will end this reading. It's number 37. It's Illumination. It's the East. And it's the color yellow. These colors in these, by the way, are like the medicine wheel. So it's white, black, yellow, and red. As darkness comes, the mirrors of your spirit reflect different images. It's time when the world changes and you begin to glow. Oh, nice. Reflect in this new vision that has been living in your perimeter of your consciousness. It's an idea that's stalking you and awaiting for an invitation, a place within you to begin life. Didn't I see something in the beginning of the reading where I saw the birth canal and that, the Vesica Pisces energy? Also, maybe some of you are actually pregnant. Congratulations, super awesome. Maybe you're actually going to actually give birth, or you know someone in your family or your friends are. The totality of your creativity comes after you have begun your work on the sacred painting of your life. This is telling you get assertive. And the first message here, where is it? Is to get creative. It is then that the muses of inspiration surround you like eagles and cheer you on to illumination. I'm going to put a song by Muse down below because they have quite a few that are awesome. I'm not sure which one will resonate to this reading. I'm just going to kind of click on one and see if it does, and I'll put it below. Take responsibility for your work and your life, and your illumination will follow. Didn't I see that? That's also this high priestess just walking into a room like you're just your energy is just changed. Your energy ball of you is just expanding farther and farther. Oh, this is cool. I enjoyed this reading. I hope you did as well. I love you so much. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you soon. Bye.